Hello, welcome back to J.P.'s World of Wrestling. I am your man J.P. This is actually my third attempt to do this video. My wife keeps calling me. That's okay. So, today I'm going to start doing my closer look at my original San Francisco Toymaker figures, and I'm also going to do another top 5 list for you. That's right. But before I get to the top 5, I'm going to show you this. WCW Original San Francisco Toymakers, the Giant, also known as the Big Show in the WWE, and also known as Paul White in AEW. Of course, he was also known as Paul White when he was first in the WWE. Nevertheless, this one is the Giant. Now, it's a pretty good figure. It's not tremendously good, but it's pretty good. The pose is okay. It's not the best, but I like these figures. The only thing I didn't like about them is that the paint, as you can see, like on the hand, a little bit on the back, but the paint when you try to wrestle with them would like kind of come off on your other wrestlers, and it would kind of mark them up a little bit, and then it's just on there permanently. You can't get it off. So you can always tell when these figures have been well played with because they've got marks on them from the other wrestlers. So, but when I liked the Giant, when he first came into WCW, they billed him as the son of Andre the Giant. And I guess they were so good at it because even years later, people still think that he's really the son of Andre the Giant. He's not really the son of Andre the Giant. That's just something they were saying to kind of build up the story because they wanted him to feud with Hulk Hogan. So they needed something to put in the story so that it would make it more compelling as an opponent for Hulk Hogan. So, but anyway, yeah, so he quickly won the world title. But then Hogan won it back. But he came in and he joined the NWO. But then he left the NWO. Then he rejoined the NWO. Then he left the NWO. He went back and forth between heel, babyface, good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy. He went back and forth. Finally, he left WCW. He went to the WWE. At first, he was just Paul White. And then they started calling him the Big Show. And I haven't really met him per se. I've been up close to him. I've been within like 2 feet from him. Trust me, he is a big person in real life. He is big. But, yeah, so. And then, he had a pretty good, solid WWE run. But then, obviously, he left. Now he's in AEW. And so, yeah, that's the Giant. Original San Francisco Toymakers. Like I said, pretty good figure. Not terrible. Not overly fantastic, but yeah, that's the Giant. And now I'm going to give you another top 5 list. And on this top 5 list, I might ruffle some feathers with this one. Some of you I might get a lot of heat for this one. Because this is my top 5 who I feel are the most overrated wrestlers of all time. Now, keep in mind, this is my opinion. These are not factual overrated guys. These are just guys I never really saw the attraction with. I never really saw why they were so big and so popular. So, and some of these were really popular. And some of these you're probably going to go, what? How could you say that about that guy? He was so good. He was so popular. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, like I said, my opinion. So, okay, so I'm going to start with number 5. Number 5 is Bruno Sammartino. I know he was champion for like 90 years or whatever. Not really, but he was champion for a very, very long time. So how can I put Bruno Sammartino as an overrated wrestler? Well, Because when I went back and watched some Bruno Sammartino matches, punch after punch after punch after punch after punch after, you see how repetitive that is. And I would have thought that maybe he would have done other moves, but no, all the matches I saw was mostly just him punching, just right hand punching the guys, and it's like, do something else, but no, he was his in-ring skills, he was just a puncher. And I mean, at the time, the fans wanted, that sort of white meat baby face where it's a guy that, would just follow the rules and just, would just talk nice about the fans and do all these good things and stuff away from the ring. But he just, he really didn't have much of a personality. He was just punch after punch after punch after punch after punch. So for that, Bruno Sammartino comes in at number 5 and one of the most overrated wrestlers of all time. And if you're a Bruno Sammartino fan, sorry. And then number 4 is a guy that's a more modern wrestler. Actually, the rest of this list is actually more modern. But number 4 is Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson as he's known in AEW. But in WWE, he was just known as Daniel Bryan. Never ever understood why he got so popular. Never understood it. Never ever understood it. Before, when he came in, he didn't really have a lot of personality. Yes, in the ring, he was pretty good, like, actual in the ring, but I never really cared as much about that. If a guy had, like, in-ring skills and personality, oh, look out. But he really didn't have much of a personality. And I never really understood why he got so popular. I mean, he won one match and started doing yes, 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 and then suddenly he's the most popular wrestler in the entire world because of this. Come on, people. We need more than that. We need more than that for some guy. He's so popular now. Oh, what a great wrestler. What a great thing he is. No, come on. I'm sorry. I never got it because I come from an era where we had guys like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage and Jake the Snake Roberts and Rowdy Piper. All these guys with huge personalities. All these guys that were larger than life. And then Daniel Bryan comes on. He's not real big, and he doesn't have a lot of personality. Suddenly he does this, and he's like a huge sensation. I don't get it. And then number 3, CM Punk. Yep. A lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but a lot of people talk about CM Punk. He's the most sought after guy in the wrestling industry. Right before he went to AEW, people were kind of speculating. Oh, is he going to come back to WWE? Oh, what's he going to do? Oh, we got to find out what CM Punk's doing. I never got it. When he was a WWE champion, I kind of stopped watching for a while. And then I came back to kind of get updated, see what was happening, and he was still the champion. And I'm like, wow, that's boring. I always thought he was a boring champion. And I don't know. Never really got it. Never really understood his appeal. Before he became WWE champion, back when he was still kind of in the ECW part of WWE, I kind of liked him. I thought he was cool. But that's kind of when he had, the long hair, and he was kind of like almost like a rocker type guy. But then he cut off all his hair, and I don't know. But then he sort of became just kind of regular, and I didn't really understand his popularity. And I still don't. I mean, he says controversial things. Well, okay. I don't know. Never really got it. So number 2 is really going to have some people going, what? How could you say that about? But number 2 is The Rock. Yep. And for me, okay, The Rock, there was no lack of personality with The Rock. He certainly had that. But I think part of it was the way that they had him come across, like how he would talk in the third person, which I know that was just his own kind of thing. But also, and this wasn't just The Rock, like a lot of wrestlers from that time period, like finishing moves didn't mean anything during that time period. So especially with The Rock, you do your finisher to 1, 2, no, kick out. Do a second finisher, 1, 2, no, kick out. You do 8 finishers, 1, 2, no, kick out. They had him come across as like this invincible guy that you literally had to practically kill in order to get him to stay down. And I don't know, I didn't like it. I guess it was just because I wasn't as big a fan of the Attitude Era. And I just wasn't really a fan of that. All the guys that I was a fan of during that time period were guys that were sort of like, I don't know, secondary afterthought guys in the WWF. And I'm going to go into that. I'm going to go with my top 5 favorite guys from that time period. And none of them are like top tier stars from that time. But yeah, I never really understood The Rock. I never really understood his popularity. And that's why he comes in at number 2. And number 1 is probably the single most popular wrestler from the Attitude Era. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yep, that's right. I said Stone Cold Steve Austin as the most underrated wrestler of all time. Now, the WWF made a lot of money during that time. And yes, Steve Austin sold a lot of t-shirts. He sold the Austin 316 shirts and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I didn't really like that. I didn't really like the Austin 316 thing. To me, that was kind of mocking the Bible a little bit. And I didn't really care for that. And I didn't really care for his old head body thing. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, give me a heck, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm going to beat some bears. I'm going to, flip a middle finger and I'm going to, beat up my boss and all that. I'm from Texas. I'm a big old Texas redneck. Oh, yeah. Heck, yeah. Never really liked it. I never really liked that character. Well, I take that back. Before they let him talk, and back when he first dropped the ringmaster gimmick, and they first started calling him Stone Cold, and he didn't really say much. Like, he would just like beat everybody up and not say much. Okay, that was kind of cool. But then I think at the King of the Ring, when he said the Austin 316 thing, to me that's like, nah, I don't like. And the fact that after that, like it exploded in popularity, to me said a lot about our society at the time. Like, really? You like somebody coming up and mocking the Bible? I don't know. I didn't really care for it. Now, one person I wanted to give an honorable mention to on this list, I say honorable, even though this is not the kind of list you want to be on, but one guy that I never liked that they tried to give a push to was Jeff Jarrett. I didn't like Jeff Jarrett. Even as a heel, I thought he was stupid. I thought, like, oh, he's a country singer. Okay, I get that he's a gimmick, but they made him Intercontinental Champion. To me, he didn't do anything that merits him being the Intercontinental Champion. I just found him annoying. And then during the late 90s, when they kind of like transformed his gimmick a little bit, where he cut off his hair and he would come down to the ring with Deborah McMichael, and then at that point, he wasn't even claiming to be able to know how to play a guitar. He was just hitting people with it. I don't know. I didn't like it. The only saving grace with Jeff Jarrett is like when a match would start like going too long, he would just hit somebody with a guitar and end it, and that would just be the end of it. But again, I didn't like the character, so I don't know. And then in WCW, they gave Jeff Jarrett a push. They tried to push him. They tried to make him like one of their top guys, and I just didn't see it. I just didn't see him being even in the same league as guys like Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. He just wasn't even in their league. So I don't know. I just found him annoying. Anyway, that's my top 5 and Giant. So next time, I'm going to do another original San Francisco Toy Makers figure. And next time I'm doing my top 5 factions. So watch for that. So that's going to do it for this video. So if you're new here, well, you know the deal that I'm going to do right now. You know where this is going. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.